Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today you're going to see how to make another kind of collar neck, and for this project I'm using a half white fabric and it has a nice pretty chicken work in this, but it is so plain and it doesn't have any other color match with this. So I'm going to give a piping with this color. This is something a green color, a bluish green I can say. So let's get started. So you're going to start from cutting out the armhole and the depth of the back neck, and this is going to be the front neck. For marking the front neck, keep the measuring tape on the shoulder and just make the tape in a slanting way, and so that it falls at the folded edge of the fabric. So I'm going to mark a 7.5 inches over here. So that is the exact measurement that I need for the depth of the neckline. So draw a very thin line that joins the shoulder like this. So make sure if you're working with a white or very light color fabric, don't mark too hard so that you might have an impression. So that, and now I think you can see this. Okay. Once you marked the square joining together, so I'm going to mark from here. Take 1.5 inches. This is the back neck depth. So from there, take 1.5 inches and give a small marking. So you're going to take a marginal amount from there. So can you see, I took just marked a 1.5 inch from the back neckline and just curved it in. And after marking this curve, just place the tape on the folded edge and mark 2.5 inches over here. Okay, so just mark 2.5 inches, and I'm going to make it like a big U. As this is a white color fabric, I have to mark a little bit light, so I think you can see this. So the first curve is this one, a U, and then you're going to take 2.5 from here, and then you're going to take a big U over here. Okay, so this is going to be the neckline cutting, and so you're going to cut all this piece out. So you're going to cut this out. So you're going to be left over with this, and you're going to come right down. And first go all the way up. Okay, this much of fabric I took it out, and from to this U, start from the down. And go up. And see, once it's been cutted out, it looked like this. And because this is a white fabric and the background is also white, and to make the cutting visible, I made it like this. So from till here you will get the collar, and I'm going to give a piping on this U with a nice vibrant green color, and let us see the stitching of this, and let's see the stitching of the kameez. And for the interfacing, you not want to attach interfacing for this small U, that is the collar piece, but you have to attach the interfacing to the big U. And for that I just cut out a plain cotton fabric, and I'm going to attach the interfacing for this only for the big U and not for the small U, that is the collar cutting. Make sure you hold the U shape, so be careful while sewing a U. now I'm sewing on the interfacing and I'm not sewing on the neckline. I'm just sewing on the margin of the interfacing so that I can turn the interfacing neatly, and the finishing also will be really nice when you do this step. Okay, and now where the curve falls, you have to give a notch. Make sure you don't cut into the thread. Cut something like this, give a notch. Now you can see it turns really easy when you sew on the margin of the interfacing. This is the interfacing and I sewn on the margin of the interfacing. So now I'm going to turn this in and I'm going to put one top stitch to make it firm. A cross piece fabric. This is a bias tape, and fold the bias tape into half. And if you ask me what is the inch of this bias tape is 2 inch, and you can cut like this and you can fold it something like this, and I'm going to sew this on the margin. So I'm going to give a piping like an effect to the neckline, but I'm not giving the piping. When you come to the curve, make sure you stretch a little bit so that it turns according to the shape of the neckline. So you have a thin piping. Pull the fabric nicely and then tuck this in and put a stitch. Don't sew on the piping fabric, sew exactly on the margin of the piping fabric. So if you are not sure to sew on the margin, please change the thread over and then you can sew on the piping. And now you can see how neat it is, and you can't see any kind of white threads running on the piping. So this how it should be. You have to give a neat edge by sewing on the exact corner of the thread. If you can't sew like that, please change the thread and start sewing. And I'm leaving a margin amount in between the piping and the lace what I'm giving right now, so you find the difference between both. Okay, now we are sewn together, and this is a big lace, so I just tucked the golden lace in. So if you want, you can attach this lace. This is optional. I'm just giving you ideas and tricks. So if you have a lace like this, so that you can add to that. And don't pull the fabric too much, don't pull the neckline. So when you pull the neckline and the fabric like this while sewing, the neckline would be wide, so you won't get the exact shape. So compress the neckline firm while sewing, and then stitch that together. See, our neckline is ready. Okay, once we are done with the neckline, we are going to attach the shoulders together. So make sure you place both the pretty sides together and join the shoulder. Join the next shoulder. And now our neckline is ready, and we are going to attach a collar over this area. So mark the center point, and if you are regular to my channel, I think you know how to sew the collar. So first mark the center point, and then adjust the curve. So make sure you cut the lace correctly and adjust the curve. Now measure the full length of the curve. If you want to measure till the notch, you can just measure the full length of the notch. So take a measuring tape and place the measuring tape over here, and do not pull, ease with the fabric and ease with the tape, and measure the till notch. So if I measure till notch is exactly 7.5 inches. See, this is going to be the draft of the collar band. So this is the folded edge. So fold the canvas into half. This is a canvas which has a glue on one side and plain on the another side. So first fold the canvas into half and place the tape exactly for 7.5 inches. So when you keep at 7.5 inches, it falls right over there, and just give a marking over there, and then you're going to draw a straight line like this, and then the length of the height of the collar is absolutely depend upon you. So I'm going to take a 1 inch for the height of the collar. So I just mark 1 inch from here and drawn at this line, and I started joining from this point till this folded edge. Okay, let me attach this canvas to my fabric. So if you want, you can sew like me, or if you can just take this band, and you can see a fabric glue is being over here. You can see a bubbles of glue over here, and place the bubble down and just sprinkle a very little water top of that, so that it firmly it just sticks firm to the fabric, and then with your iron just give a press so that it sticks together, and you can cut it out, leaving a 1/4 inch all around. But I'm not going to iron this out, but I'm going to sew this together. So place the collar band like this, and I'm start sewing. Believe me, the easiest way is to iron the collar, but I normally used to do this. I just sew together and I attach this to the fabric. I just made this with the two fabric. Make sure you don't forget that. This is a two fabric. I'm just placing that canvas and I just sewn together. And just remove the excess on the top but not at the bottom. You have to be very careful while cutting at the bottom because you have to leave enough fabric for folding and for sewing. So if you can just put a small notches so that the turning would be really easy. Okay, now I'll take a 1/4 inch and just cut this in. Okay, once it's done, so the piece where the interfacing is sitting, you're going to fold the bottom like this and you're going to sew like this, and the next fabric should come by overlapping this canvas, something like this. Just give a notch at the center point and make sure you match the notches. So first match the notches at the back side like this, and if you want you can just secure it with some pins like I do over here, and then once it's done like this, you just put your thumb finger in and turn that out so that you will get a really neat edged collar like this.
And that's it for now. I enjoyed making this video, and if you do so, please go ahead and click on the thumbs up button below, and please do share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss any of my future video. And to subscribe, it's very simple. Please click on the subscription button that you see on the screen and you would be subscribed to my channel. And also you can join in my Facebook group for more updates, and for that just see on the description box below. You can see my Facebook page link over there, and also if you make one like this, please feel free and share the snaps on my Facebook page. I always love to see what you learned from my tutorial. And thank you so much, and bye bye.